Hey guys, it's the Train Freak here, and today I've got a layout update for you. And I know I normally have these out on Sundays, but last week I didn't really get a chance to work on the layout except for yesterday, so I really didn't have an update to put out for last week. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this update out for today, and show you some of the things that I have worked on the layout. And there's a couple of items inside the house that I have worked on as well. So let's get right to it. Alright, we're going to start with this little guy here. So this is an Alco S3 Switcher. This is the one that I got at the Northwest Arkansas Train Show. Paid 60 bucks. Thought it was DCC only. Ends up it does have MRC sound. It's not the best sound, but hey, sound is better than no sound in my opinion. So I thought that was a really good deal. It did come with one issue. It had the front axle on the front truck. The plastic gear in it was cracked all the way through, so it was causing a bind as it was going in the forward direction, pulling a load or not pulling a load, and it was making a pop, 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 pop noise as it was going. So it just did not sound good. So I got that one fixed. So now it flows smoothly, and you will see it in an upcoming operations video in action. And then not just that one, but this one here also had the same thing, but it was the front truck second axle. Got that one fixed as well, and it flows very smoothly as well. So sometimes those gears on the axles will break over time, and it's regular routine maintenance you got to do. All right, the next thing I've done is I've got all of my locomotives and rolling stocks from my 1960 era that I'm running. So I am going to be running 1960. I got all the couplers swapped out to Kadee Scale Heads. For those who do not know what the scale head is, it's not as wide as the regular Kadee couplers that you might know. I don't have one on hand to show. Well, actually I do. Let me grab, let's see here. We're going to grab this B unit. It's a dummy. And I'm going to set it kind of right here on the track. Alright, so if you look at this coupler here, let me see if we can get a good comparison. You can see that the coupler on the right, this is a Kadee number 5. It's wider than this one over here, which is a scale head Kadee coupler, which is a number 58, if I'm not mistaken. And if I was to try to couple, and they are interchangeable, so you can use these together. But if I put them a little closer, and I'm going to angle up from above, you can, it's hard to tell, but you can kind of see, the difference. So like I said, they are interchangeable, but the original Kadee couplers are not prototypical by any means. So that's why I went with the scale head couplers. I just like the look. Now there are some locomotives that I do need to get with longer shanks. The SD9 being one of them. Yeah, the couplers are too close. I need ones with longer shanks, so I will go back and replace that ones eventually. I gotta just go get the couplers. But that's been done. So that includes all 6 pieces of rolling stock in that direction. That's the 4 at the Juicy J's Meat Company and 2 at the Shack of Sit. Of course, the GP9, the 8 cars in the interchange yard. This train that you're looking at, and it rolls all the way back into staging, so you can't even see the last of it. The 2 at the car shops, the S3, the SD9, the 7 cars on that track waiting for outbound, the caboose over on the caboose track, and the 2 stock cars. So, oh, and also there are some cars up here on what looks like a messy workbench. But when I get ready to do my operations videos, I got their cards pulled. These are actually cars that are on part of a layout that has yet to be built. So that's why they're sitting up here. So I'll have to do some simulation type stuff, but you know, to make it realistic. Because some of these cars on this train actually go up to level 3, which is not built. For those who are wondering, level 3 is up where that line is. So that way you can see a difference. I think it's about 20 inches. 16 or 20 inches, I can't remember. It's a little bit higher than these two levels. And I'm only coming out 18 inches. So for those who want to know, this is 30 inches here. So a little more than halfway will be the top level. But if you do your math and you take a sheet of plywood, 48 inches wide, right? Rip it down 30 inches, you're left with 18. So it's kind of a smart way to do things, in my thoughts and opinions. So doing that, and then let's see here. The other thing I did was I did some track work in cork and playing around with some of my building flats. So this curved turnout right here in front of me, I just got that placed. Do not have a tortoise switch under it yet, but there will be one. Same with that one there. And I'll probably go back and look at and making these Atlas turnouts actually have metal frogs. So I'm going to look and see about installing a frog juicer on these up here in the industrial complex and the yard. Main lines I'm not so worried about. I've got current keepers in my bigger locomotives, but the switchers, you just can't do it. But of course, Morton Salt was always there. That is one of my Menards buildings. Now I still got to finish the track work here at this building flat that says Schneider, and it's not going to say Schneider. The sign actually is removable, and there is a clear lens with a LED behind it, so that whole thing lights up. And so I'm wanting to make it something conducive to one of my industries. But on the very top, it actually has little red LEDs that either glow or they flash. I can't remember. But that's the second one of my Menards buildings, and I'm also going to have to build a platform up under it to raise it up because it's not as high as it should be. Not like this one anyways. Gamers and Thrones, this is my toilet factory. Yes, everyone needs a crapper in their life, and my ribs are still hurting from Sidetrack Sunday last night. There was a lot of toilet jokes, and I'm expecting them to carry on today on Tom's Trains and Things because Tom was a big part of that. So, and if you're wondering, I will put a link to that live stream up in the corner. I will warn you, it is 3 hours long, or 2 hours long. I think it's 2 hours long, yeah. It's either 2 or 3 hours long, I can't remember. And, yeah, there was a lot of laughter involved with toilet humor, so just be forewarned. And then, so I got some of the building flats here. Probably what I'm going to end up doing is putting a road in here. And then, of course, I still got to do the track to Gamer and Thrones. It's actually going to come off of this turnout here. And then this track's actually not, it's just here. But you can see I removed the tie, and that's actually going to connect to the crossover right here. And then once I get this cleaned out, we got the Tetanus Scrap Company, which I have been working on the building on it as well. And I've also been working on another building, which is going to be a little passenger depot. It's going to go right here, right across from Wrestling. I don't know if it's going to go directly here. It might go farther down. I don't know yet. This is one of those kind of wait and see type things. So, other than that, that's... Oh, and the last thing I forgot. I got a couple of these from Micromark. I'll put a link in the description. They just hold your cab for when you're not using it. So I've got this one here. Now, I've had that one down there for, Junior's throttle. But I also put another one over in staging. You could probably see it right before the waybill box. So that way, because sometimes I'll take this over there, and I'm like doing like something with the locomotive, programming it or something. So, and sometimes I'll just leave it over there. So this is to help me keep up with them. I might go buy some more of these and kind of just put them around different spots of the layout, so that way I can just easily keep up with it. But yeah, so other than that, that's all I've got as far as in here, or out here, whichever you want to call it. I am working on a couple of buildings that I just recently mentioned, so let me go show you those. Okay, so in front of me is the two projects I've been working on, so we'll start with the depot first. This is actually a 3D print of one of Jimmy DIY and Digital's models of the month, and in order to get access to these, you have to be, I think, at least the $5 a month subscriber on his Patreon, and he will release his custom buildings that are not on his Etsy store, and you can go and print them yourself. So this is a small little depot. This is going to go in front of Riceland. And my buddy John Goforth actually painted this sucker up for me. He just kind of wanted to fiddle with it when he saw that I printed it out. He actually installed that little bench right there and add some curtains to the windows and stuff. I thought he did a really, really good job. The last thing that I wanted in here was that little light. And so that way we would have a little light under the canopy. And I've got some of these Woodland Scenic just plug lights, and that's actually what that one is. You'll see there's one missing out of here because that's what I use. But it's a wall mount light. And I've got some of these goosenecks here. And I was thinking about, putting these over on the side, but I'm afraid the angle of the light is not really where I would really want it. It would kind of more or less shine the light on the wall instead of like straight down. So I don't know if anybody else makes anything similar, or if Woodland Scenics happens to see this, maybe, you know, alter this lamp just a little bit to where instead of shining back on the building, shine it straight down on the sidewalk or walkway below. So, but I also have the Woodland Scenics Just Plug Light Hub, and this is just where I'm at right now, but we'll go ahead and turn this on so you can see the inside, or the little light itself. And it gives a really, really nice ambient feel. And I can control, you know, how dim or how bright I want it. But for me, I kind of like this little dim look right there. And let's see here. I want to move that building out of the way. Sorry, y'all. Here we go. And if I turn the light out, it gives like a really, really good lighting tone to it. So this is something I'm really excited. And of course the room's not totally dark, but you can see it's got a really, really good light tone to it. Alright, so let me turn this back on. The other building I have been working on is this dude. This is a scale house. And I was debating on putting a light on the inside, and basically you can barely see it if I get the camera down, but you can see the scale on the inside. And what I did was I painted the inside that wall a light mocha. Actually, I do not have the color here with me. And I went on top of it with the sun-kissed peach. And it's basically the colors that come from this company right here, Apple Barrel, which is made by Plaid. These you can get at Walmart. They're just a basic matte acrylic paint. And so I'm started on this. I've got the brown where I want it. I will come back with the black wash. I still got to do a little more gray. especially touch up around there. And I mean, this whole building here still needs done. I got to do some more green to it. I was thinking about doing black on the roof and then painting the smokestack that gray as well. And then over here on the door, it's a metal door, so I'm probably just going to go ahead and paint it black as well. But I did install a light on the inside. See if I can get it turned up. There we go. So that way you can get a good look at that scale on the inside. And what I did was, and I don't know if you can really tell, but if you look in the back left corner, my wire is, I actually super glued my wire back up there and painted it so that way it would not go anywhere. But yep, there's my light and night shot. And I can also tone this down if need be, and that's probably a good tone right there. So, because we really don't want anything too bright. And then to complement that scene, what I'll end up doing is putting a light pole over here on this side, since this is the side with the door. So probably one of Walther's just plug wooden light poles. So other than that, that's really all I've got done as far as my layout updates for the week. Let's see, I'll go ahead and get this building in so that way you can see them both. Let's see here. There we go. So if you're just watching this for the first time and you haven't subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to subscribe. Fill in the bell so that way you can receive future notifications on all the videos. And thumbs up always helps. That gets my videos out to, the general public. Because what I do, as y'all, subscribe, I hold contest, and right now we're above 650. We're halfway from 600 to 700. And so we're going to have a contest at 700 subscribers, hopefully pretty soon. So, and then the other thing is, if you want to become a channel supporter or a channel member, you can support, this channel by either doing my Patreon, my Teespring, or my PayPal. So either or, and the money that goes towards any of those actually goes towards the prizes. Speaking of, we had a very, very outstanding donation by a fellow YouTuber, and that's very involved with a lot of our channels. And because of that donation, I'm actually going to be able to award 2 prizes this go round. But the second prize is not going to be a train or a train car. So that's something to look forward to in the future and just to keep in mind. So other than that, I'm going to let y'all have at it. Y'all be safe out there. I wish y'all have a great week and happy railroading.